This December 29th, the Feast of the Holy Family within the octave of Christmas, the entire Universal Catholic Church will enter into the Grand Jubilee of 2025. Every 25 years, the Catholic Church celebrates a year of Jubilee. Beginning in the year 1300 with Pope Boniface VIII, it harkens back to the world of Judaism in the Old Testament. The Jewish people celebrated such a time of Jubilee. It was a time to forgive debts, to reconcile with enemies, to renew one's fidelity to the covenant. It was kind of a spiritual reboot. And so it is for us. So in this 2025 year of Jubilee, Pope Francis has thematized it with the virtue of hope and has taken "hope does not disappoint," a quote from Paul's letter to the Romans, as the scriptural reference. We know that hope is one of the three theological virtues, and hope is knowing that the Lord has already gained the victory for us, that the kingdom of heaven awaits us, that we can receive the forgiveness of our sins and know ourselves as beloved children of God. It's hope that allows us to face the difficulties, the sorrows, the crosses, and even the deaths of this life, knowing that none of that has the final word on us, but rather life and light, salvation and mercy. So in this year of Jubilee, the Church invites us to enter more deeply into the Eucharist, to go to confession more often, to visit the designated churches to receive the Jubilee indulgence. And I would suggest that we approach the Jubilee through the lens of the Sacred Heart. This past October, Pope Francis wrote a beautiful encyclical on the Sacred Heart of Jesus. We know that it's in the heart of the Lord that we come to know the truth of who Jesus is and of his intense love for us. It also becomes our way of practicing devotion to enter into his heart and to be in that communion that he speaks so powerfully of in John chapters 14 and 15. This time of Jubilee is also a time to think of the poor, the suffering, the sick, and ponder how by our actions of compassion and mercy, we can be instruments of hope for others. So to do greater and more varied works of mercy and charity. There's so many opportunities in this Jubilee year to grow in our Catholic faith. And the Church is bidding us, the Pope is praying for us, and I encourage us to take full advantage of the graces offered to us. Read the Pope's letter introducing the Jubilee year. Read his encyclical on the Sacred Heart. Read my short pastoral letter published in the Catholic Herald introducing the Jubilee. And on December 29th, come to our opening Mass for the Jubilee. It will be held at Immaculate Heart of Mary Parish in Monona at 2 p.m. Again, Sunday, December 29th, Feast of the Holy Family. Jubilee blessings to all of you as we enter into this fresh new season of hope and of grace.